good morning and welcome to our Facebook Live this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. It is Monday the 12th of August 2024 and my name is Jenny McCormac. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northampstomshire, and that's here in the UK. We have a new stamp set of the week called, as you can see hopefully on there, Sketched Butterflies, and it is obviously a butterfly stamp set. It has 5 stamps that include butterflies. This particular stamp on the bottom right hand side with the 4 butterflies is a single stamp. You can almost guarantee that I'm going to cut one of those off. Morning Linny, thanks so much for joining us, and morning to Kerry as well, or good evening to Kerry I should say. So we are using this as our stamp set of the week. It also has 5 sentiments. You brighten up so many of my days. We have a thinking of you. We have hope is a beautiful thing that flutters in the soul. Wishing you a beautiful birthday and a thank you. So they're a nice style of font. There are a mix of capital letters and slight script on there. So I think it's a really nice rounded set if you love butterflies. It does have a series of dies that go with it, and you will see the dies later in the week when I post on Thursday. So let us get cracking and see what is happening. Right, here we go. So Lynn is watching probably as she's working. I'm sure. Okay, right, let's get cracking. So I'm not going to be doing any colouring, but I am going to end up with coloured butterflies. Let me pop this light on here and here. It's a little bit better, just have to watch that reflection. Turn that down a little bit so it is nice and bright here. I've got the door closed to stop one of the dogs coming in, and I've got the windows closed mostly. There's open a little bit just to keep out the noise from the outside. So what we're going to be doing is some paper piecing, which I haven't done for a little while, which is where you stamp on some patterned paper and cut that out and layer it onto an image below. And this is very useful if you've got something where you want multiple colours and you're not keen on colouring in. And also what I'm going to do for this one is although I'm going to cut out the butterflies, I'm going to stamp the image first and not worry about cutting out the body and the antenna, because we can just overlay the wings. So it makes for easier stamping. So I have got a white base card that I'm going to use. Not quite sure which way round that's going to end up. I've got a piece of basic white card that I'm going to stamp on, and this measures 9.5 centimetres by 13.85. And then I've got these pieces of patterned paper. Now these are the reverse sides of some of the Thoughtful Wishes papers, and I think I'm going to use these. I am going to use these in my August class in a box. They feature a whole load of beautiful scenes, but we're also going to incorporate the butterflies as well. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the main butterfly on here first, and then I'm going to stamp and cut out from the designer series paper. So let us do this. Now I've got basic grey and I've got Memento black. So I'm not quite sure which one I will end up using. I think it's a case of which one's got the most ink, to be honest. Simple as that. So I'm using the large butterfly, and I will stamp these all out and show you later. I'll pop that up as an image on my Facebook page so you can see them. Right, let's go. Okay, so let's see if this is dark enough really. Okay, let's compare it to Memento. I don't often use black. I would normally go for probably Pebbled Path actually, but because we're stamping on paper, I want it to be relatively dark. Not much in it. I think I'm going to stick with my basic grey. Okay, so let's turn that over. I don't want to cover the back with too much ink. So I'm not sure how many butterflies I'm going to add. I'm going to use this large one. Let's have this one at an angle, like so. So I'm just applying a little bit more pressure than I might do, only because the ink is fairly light. So there's my butterfly on the left hand side. And let's have maybe, I was going to use all of the smaller ones, but maybe I'll have just that one there, like that, and my sentiment up here. So I think wishing you a beautiful birthday would definitely work in there, and obviously you could use any other sentiment that you've got to hand. Let's swap that one out. So the stamps are actually bigger than you think when you look at the cover of the case. If you compare this one here to that one, and that's because they have to put all the branding and the barcode and everything onto that smaller sheet. So let's just going to stamp this one. So I haven't stamped these ones out yet. So wishing you a beautiful birthday. I'm going to go there, like that, like so. And now what I'm going to do is stamp onto the patterned paper, and I'm going to choose elements of these papers. So I've got one dog that needs to go out. Bear with me. There you go, Gina. Oh, now I've got one in and one out. Okay, so I rather like this panel here. So let's take the smaller one first, and I'm just going to stamp this sort of across here, like that. And remember, I'm just going to cut out the wings, and I could keep it in a similar vein. Now if you wanted to, you could stamp one wing like that, turn it round, and then stamp the other if you wanted to use that same bit. I think what I'm going to do actually is just use this lighter piece down here. That's the wrong butterfly, Jenny. here. It's Monday. I'm allowed, I reckon. Morning, Caroline. Yes, Kerry says she prefers using basic grey. I would go for early espresso or pebbled path would be my usual choice. Let's make sure that's synced up well. So let's get the right colour this time. So what I might do is this element here. Now I'm not going to fussy cut the antenna. There are dies that cut this out completely, but we're assuming we're doing coffee and cards, so I don't take the die cutting machine with me for that. Okay, so now I'm just going to use my paper snips, and I'm not going to do the body. I do need to take my glasses off though. So I hope everybody had a nice weekend. It was beautiful weather here, but I gather it was very different in other parts of the UK. Right, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this little point or not, so I will keep it on to start with, and I might cut it off. And I've got my other little one to do, so this is a great solution for people who don't particularly enjoy colouring in. I know a lot of people do love colouring in, so you could just colour these with your blends pens, Stampin' Up marker, you could use a dauber. So let's keep that bottom of the wing for the minute. There we go. I'm trying to do it fairly quickly, and I'm cutting just very slightly inside of the butterfly, inside of those lines I should say. So, and because this is sketched, it's really forgiving. Okay, so let me show you what this is going to look like. So I'm just going to put the wing on there like that. Okay, and then the same with this one, and that leaves the antenna. I hate cutting out tiny little pieces. I know a lot of people enjoy it, but it's not for me. And the good thing is this has got a little bit of detail, but you don't have to worry about that because we're going to layer it over the detailed stamp. So let me just lift that up like so. Okay, now I could add the body in if I wanted to, but I'm going to leave that and just add maybe a little bit with my blends pen. Okay, and I do like the effect, especially where you've got a sort of watercolour effect paper. So I'm going to do the same with this one, just cutting it out just inside of the butterfly. And again, just cutting the wings. That is the right one, isn't it? Yes. One there. And one there. There we go. Okay, so there's that one and that one, like so. That's really crisp and clean. I do have some little dots that I could add in, and I could pick out the colours from these papers. And what I'm also going to do is colour in the bodies, and I think almost want a sort of light green. grab. This is like Granny Apple Green. You could have a brown, I guess, be quite a good choice as well, but it's only a small amount. So there's that one there. And you could do this with floral stamps as well. If you've got a large sort of floral image, that would definitely work. So I've got some dots here from the Thoughtful Wishes stamp set, and I'm just going to dot those around, and I'm just going to use some of those coordinating colours. So this is very sort of gorgeous grape here. This is a mix of blues, so boho blue, there's a little bit of purple in there, so maybe I'll just go Highland Heather between the two. Quick look if it's to hand. Of course not. I have to be a little bit careful leaving things in my craft room. Now I have a canine thief who likes to get his hands or his mouth on anything. So I'm going to use Highland Heather. Let me just stamp it to see. Yeah, just want it very light. Let's move these out of the way, like so. Now normally when I'll be stamping butterflies, I would take the rule of 3 and have 3. Because I've got my sentiment in there, that makes my 3. And that makes it just a little bit more pleasing to the eye. And in the same way, I'm going to do just 3 of those. Could do 5. Okay. Let's move that one out of the way, see how we're doing. Let me see if there's any new comments that I've missed. Let's get to the right place, sorry about this. There we go. Oh, hi Libby, thanks so much for joining us. I hope you're doing okay. Poor Libby's been holed up in hospital for a little while. So these are going to go on here, like so. And you can either put them flat or you can put them on dimensionals. I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to put them flat, because I want them to look attached to the butterfly. So just a little, it doesn't need a lot of glue on there. So as I said, if you're not keen on cutting out that tiny little end piece of the wing, I don't think it matters because there's not a great deal of colour on this bit here. Okay, let's put this one on, and then I'll probably use maybe a Highland Heather card behind. There's that one, and then these two. Get these the right way around. There's that one. And although I'm doing this with butterflies, as I said, you can do this with lots of different images. You could do it for animals as well, if you've got some sort of browned patterned paper, or you could create your own background with some blending brushes. So if you didn't have the papers with the colours that you wanted, you could get your blending brushes, just go over a whole background and then stamp over those. Now I've sort of got a feeling that I want to do a little line around the outside just to contain it all. In the meantime, let me pop it on a card and then choose, so either Highland Heather, or I could pick up this mix of blues. Let's have a look with boho blue. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. Takes it slightly less girly. And I might then add a bit of blue for the body. So this is going to measure 10 centimetres by 14.35. So like that. And let's see what I've got. Balmy blue. So a bit more of a blue than a green now. I'm happy with that. Right, so that's going to go onto there, and that's going to go onto a card, but I'm going to be brave and draw a little line, sketchy line around the outside. Let's have a practice on the back of here. This is a very narrow one. Yeah, that will work. So the thing is not to, my arms are sticking to my surface really, but thing is not to think about it or worry about it. You can leave little gaps as well, that's easier. Just lift that up so you can see it. And it works really well where you've got a sketch like design, and these are very sketchy butterflies. When I first look at them I thought, oh, looks like they're not in focus and that's because they're sketched. There we go, like so. That's enough, thank you. Right, so I'm going to pop that onto our boho blue layer. Sorry about my young boy here digging. So just lining that up in the middle, like so. And then pop it onto my white card. So really nice, crisp design. Happy with that. Yes, that is my new puppy, Gary. He's a beast. He is huge. He's a husky cross Labrador. I reckon he's got the legs of a greyhound though. He's very sweet, but he is a puppy. So I've never had a puppy before. All of my rescue dogs have been full grown older adults, but he is very sweet and he'll get there in the end, even if I do have a hole in my carpet. Okay, so we could add a little bit of bling to that if I wanted to, but I think actually that works all right on its own, because I've got these extra little dots. Hi Annabelle, thanks for joining us. Hopefully you can see that. Let me see. Yeah. So that's those there. So in the stamp set, as I said, there are a lot more butterflies and sentiments. So what I will do is stamp those all out for you so you can see them in real life. So you've got 3 that are sort of face on, you've got a side one here, and then you've got these cute little ones. And as I said, I'm almost certainly going to cut one of those up. Maybe I'll put those on the envelope. Let me grab an envelope. You alright, Woody? Okay. And maybe I'll put those little ones over here. And they go in all sorts of directions. I'm just going to stamp them straight in Highland Heather. Like so. So that's those there. They're very cute, aren't they? And then remember to turn those round. Because they're flying all the way over. And let's see which ones I'll have. I'll do that and lose the one on the right hand side. There we go. So we've got those cute little butterflies on the envelope, and I guess I could put one on the front. Maybe I'll just put one set like that. Take that one out. Then that's my set of 3. So there we go, there's our finished card. I hope you like it. Nice, crisp and clean. And then I just stamped onto some paper to get this colour. It was this one here. And then cut out just the wings and left the bit in the middle, because there's no way I'm cutting out the tiniest antenna. I'm sure some people will be more than happy to do it. So there we go, that is our stamp set of the week, Sketched Butterflies. It's also going to appear in our class in a box, sorry about the reflection, for August, along with these lovely papers that I use that have got some lovely scenes and watercolour. So there's all sorts of things you can do with those. Thank you, Kerry. Oh, Kerry's got a Siberian Husky. Oh, fabulous. I'll pop up a picture of Woody on my Jemini Crafts page. And of course I still have the lovely but very quiet Chino, who's currently under the table. So thank you so much, everyone. I do hope you have a great day. I hope you like the card, and I hope you give it a go either with that particular set or with something similar. If you've got existing butterfly stamps, maybe grab those, get them out and give it a go. Thank you so much, everyone. Do take care. Have a great week. I'll be back on Thursday, and I'm also announcing details for our new catalogue. So I've got a catalogue launch coming up in September and a paper share. So lots to share with you. Thank you so much, everyone. Do take care, and bye for now.